Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. It's John Samuelson, International President of the TWU. I come to you this afternoon just a little bit perplexed. It's been brought to my attention that yet again, there's another AMFA raid on our union. And as I said, I'm perplexed by this and truly. In the past, since I've been the president of this union, and by the way, we've turned the TWU into a solid fighting union. AMFA has come to us for our assistance in their fight, their contract battle against Southwest, and we've gladly rendered assistance. That's what unions should do for each other. We didn't raid them when they came to us for assistance. We didn't attack them in their moment of weakness. We didn't undermine them. We didn't do anything underhanded. We did what an upstanding union should do. We aided them any way we could in their fight for a better contract for their members at Southwest. But yet the moment that they see an opportunity to undermine us and do something underhanded, whether it be at the end game of our contract fight against American, which we prevailed in, or during the pandemic, which is a moment of chaos that they're seeking to exploit, AMFA did the opposite of what we did. They're doing a dishonorable thing, and they're going after us and trying to exploit a moment of chaos. And I find it to be very underhanded, and it's very perplexing. It's the opposite of what unions do. And really, it's shameful. The goal of every union is pretty simple: to fight the bosses, to advance your members, our members, your own members, and to organize the unorganized. And AMFA really isn't doing any of that right now at American. Go organize unorganized mechanics. This is a time of absolute chaos in America. There are plenty of workers who want to join unions. Go organize them. That's what the TWU is doing right now. Go organize the unorganized. COVID-19 is upon us. The TWU and our allies in the trade union movement began immediately working on the PSP to maintain payroll in the airline industry and at American Airlines. AMFA was a no-show in that regard, by the way. They continue to be a no-show in Washington, D.C. The TWU and our allies in the trade union movement continue to work on an extension of the PSP funding to reverse these furloughs, and we will get that done. That will happen. The TWU was in the fight of our lives at American Airlines with this last contract, and we prevailed. And we did it kind of the old-fashioned way, the Mike Quill way. We dug our heels in, we locked arms, and we just fought back, and we refused to concede. And that's the thing that AMFA has never done, ever. They didn't do it in their contract with Southwest, and they're not going to do it for the mechanics at American Airlines either. We actually reversed years of damage that was caused by the bankruptcies at American. And again, this is because of the fighting leadership at the TWU. And by the way, the TWU fights on behalf of its members like no other union in the country. And really, no other union in the country has the desire to fight back the way that we do. Lots of unions talk the talk, but a whole lot of unions don't back up that talk with action. And this TWU, under this leadership, has done nothing but back up the talk, back up our words with action, fulfilling our promises, fighting back against the bosses that are looking to do harm to our livelihoods. That's all we've done from day one. And actually, when I look at unions like AMFA that determine that they're going to bottom feed by raiding other unions rather than organizing the unorganized, I think that this is what's wrong with organized labor in America. And I look at companies like American and Southwest and United and other carriers, and they must love it. They must look at AMFA raiding other unions and love every second of it. They all have a divide and conquer mentality, and AMFA is right up their alley because that's all they're doing. They're dividing and conquering for these bosses. The bosses don't even have to do it themselves. And I just have a message for those that are organizing on behalf of AMFA, fighting on behalf of AMFA. For once, I ask for once, coming off this contract victory for the TWU at American, knowing that we're in the midst of a pandemic, for once, fight the boss. Fight American Airlines. Stop fighting your union. Stop fighting the union on behalf of the bottom-feeding AMFA. Stop dividing and conquering. Stop doing the boss's dirty work. Start fighting the boss. Brothers and sisters, AMFA is not going to defend your livelihood. They're not going to defend your scope. They're not going to improve the security of your family. They're just not going to do it. But you know who's going to do it? The TWU is going to do it. and the leadership of your union is going to do it. That's who's going to do it.